This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Stuff went numb that shouldn't go numb, you know what I'm saying? I was like, what is going on?
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
And co-host Marney Winfield.
It was kind of an awkward thing. He's like, would you guys want to come along? Can you get away to come to the island? I'm like, yeah, we just got back from there.
It is the 3rd of June, 2023, the year of the Lord, I think. And my name is Corey Winfield.
My name is Marney Winfield.
In the North Studio, your first podcast in the studio.
My first experience here doing podcasts in the North Studio.
I just asked you if you were nervous, and you're like, no, it's just an office. But the sound is different in here.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
I don't know. To me, it's a different microphone for me. So for you, does that sound and feel the same?
I mean, I'm missing my kind of comfy chair that I usually get to sit in.
You have a somewhat comfy chair.
This is fine. This chair is fine. It's all right.
You should see when I make the guys come in to do a podcast, because I have one microphone that someone can sit and talk to, like you're in right now. And then when we bring out the old microphones, we have to like mount it to the desk, and then it's stretched out as far as it can go. And then there's Adam sitting there. Why he doesn't sit in the closer chair, I don't know. But it's stretched out all the way over there, and it, like he has to like lean up to talk into it. It looks kind of goofy.
Well, good thing it's just our voices.
Yeah, I should take a picture next time.
You should.
Like, if you're gonna sit like that, man, you're gonna sit like that, we're gonna let people see what you look like, Adam.
It cannot be comfortable.
No, and this the mic, and those are the pod mics that we got a while ago, and they're heavy, and the little boom arm is just about to give, you know, it's just holding on for dear life. Like, oh, we can hold it up for 10 more minutes. Just hang in there. But it's silly. But I got a couple of new handheld. Well, I got a new handheld mic. So we were supposed to do 4 people on a podcast the other day, and we were going to have, it was just me, and then someone else was going to be in here. And then I think Adam was going to be in his office, and then Mitch was going to be at his desk, and maybe we're going to incorporate you depending on what you were doing.
Yeah, I want to be in the next one.
Usually you don't like to come to work and just dick around like the rest of us, but
well, you know, I'm hoping that there's productivity that's happening in between the digging around.
Yeah, that's why we reward ourselves with a podcast later. Like, we did so much today. Let's do a podcast, talk about it. Then we talk about everything but that. So we forget. We get so worked up and excited to do the podcast that we just forget about the stuff we were going to talk about. You know, it happens. But yeah, we'll see. Get you on the wireless from your office.
Yeah.
Now, we haven't used the wireless ourselves, so I don't know. But they say that there's still a little bit of like echo, because the way I have them doing it is through the Bluetooth, so they can hear. Because we don't have a way for them to hear the podcast.
We'll give it a try.
Yeah, I mean, I think it works just fine. But again, you know, Mitch was like, oh, I could hear it. But Mitch likes to exaggerate on things.
Like exaggerate his COVID?
Well, I'm not talking about his medical stuff, because I think that's against the law. But
oh, good point.
Yeah.
I retract that. You can edit that part out.
Oh, no. He...
Bye.
Yeah. He,
sorry, Mitchell. Didn't mean put you out there like that, buddy.
Yeah, we went up to the front desk, and he was like Jesus, go home. No, but he was taking one of the vehicles and had to do something, and he was like, my God, that's a death trap, and oh my God, and he was going on about how horrible it was, and I was like, man, it's been a minute since I've driven that vehicle, but I don't think it was that bad. I mean, it seems like other people drive it all the time. They would said something, and then Adam took it around the block, and Adam, he just kind of shrugged his shoulders. Wasn't really that bad, you know. I don't know what you mean. I could see where maybe, but yeah. And Mitchell's like, no, I was going like 60 miles an hour, and then you slam on the brakes. I'm like, well, first of all, you don't go 60 miles an hour and slam on the brakes. How about we start there? And did you stop? Yeah. Okay. Well, then it seems like the brakes work. The opposite would happen. Like, if the brakes were not working, you hit the brake and then nothing would happen. Then there would be a problem. But no, you stopped, and yeah, stop slamming on the brakes at 55, 60 mile an hour, man. Who does that? So anyway, hi, Mitch.
Hi, Mitchell.
Hope you feel better, buddy.
Yeah.
If in fact you are not feeling well.
We missed Mitchell at his Spirit of Recovery meeting this morning.
Yeah.
I love how you can just have even just a few people together in a room talking about recovery, and it's helpful. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. It totally rings true that it only takes a few people to make a meeting.
Yeah, and I fired it up on Zoom, and then Jeremy came in there.
In the Zoom meeting.
Mm-hmm. He's like, "Oh, dude, you're the only one there." I was like, "Yeah." Well, and I told him no, but then I realized my stuff was muted. I was like, "Oh yeah, I should probably unmute myself." So I was like, "No, Marty, and there's some other woman up front. They're coming back in here, but I think he saw me munching on some donuts."
Oh, there you go.
I think he thought,
who doesn't want to turn on a Potter's donut? They're not Wesco donuts, but
yeah, they're not, but they're all right.
They're all right.
Still donuts.
Yeah.
Big fly came flying in the room, wanted some donuts. I don't know how flies get that big. I don't know how flies get in here.
They're like prehistoric flies.
Seriously, like
mammoth flies.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
I wasn't going to kill it because I don't think I could have. No, I was going to try to ride him home.
Oh, God.
Save on gas.
Oh,
I think
my
it was
God.
huge, and I couldn't kill it. I don't know where it went. But see, I heard that those are the ones that eat meat. There's no, don't look at me funny, because there's something to this, what I'm about to say. And you can Google it if you want. But like those flies that you see, and they're like green and blue, and they have like a weird, like they're oil, like how oil gets in water. It's like
iridescent, kind of.
Oh, that word. That they have that kind of look. Like they're the ones that eat meat. For example, if for some reason, and again, I don't know how they get down there, you're in your kitchen sink and you don't have a garbage disposal, and you're like scraping off the food because you do it in the trash because you don't have a garbage disposal. But when you're lazy ass kids, they don't listen to you and they just put it down the drain. Mm-hmm. Well, when the food gets down in there, and then somehow maggots get down there, and that's what flies are, right? Maggots.
They are larvae.
Is that the same thing?
I don't know.
Gosh.
That's a good question.
We need to have a science person.
Yeah,
on
we
the show.
do need to go back to biology.
Well, let's just pretend they are. So I don't know how they get down there in your sink, but they'll hatch, and then those flies will come from down there, and they'll actually fly out of your sink. So maybe that's what's happening here, because that sucker was huge. I didn't get close enough to him.
Yeah, but we don't have a sink to put food down.
We have a sink, honey.
Not that anybody would put food down.
Did you
I would hope.
It said,
He said children.
Mm-hmm.
Our people are not children.
Well,
give them some credit.
Well. But then the people that come here, I don't know. We're not here 24/7.
That's true.
Sometimes people come do meetings here, and who knows, they're just putting steaks down the sink.
Yeah, because hot dogs pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It's not meat. It's not even meat.
But yeah, look into that, because I was talking about that one time, because I did not have it. Was pretty much the same thing, except I don't know. I probably did the meat thing, but the guy that was my therapist, but he was also leading the IOP groups that I was in, and I was telling him about this freaking flies that were to come in, and he's like, "Oh, that's because there's a name for them." And he said, "No, they eat meat," because he's from South Africa or Africa, and he was like, "No, they come to the and they eat it, and they're a big deal in Africa." And I was like, "Okay, okay, well, why they in Buchanan in my kitchen? Because they went down your drain, and that's where they come from. They fly out your drain."
We don't even have a fly swatter. It occurred to me.
I know.
I should go get one. But
he said what to do was pour bleach down your sink.
I think that's like the blanket answer for everything.
Yeah. I was doing that too when I had gnats. I was like, where are the effers coming from? Mm-hmm. They were everywhere, honey. And that's why I'm like it makes me more anti-bug every time I get a bug infestation of some sort.
Yeah. And
those gnats are MFer. So keep your fruit in your belly. You don't need to keep 3 apples around. You don't need to keep 4 bananas on your, nope. You don't, because all you're going to do is you're going to feed the neighborhood fruit flies or gnats, whatever you want to call them. Yeah,
and for the committed listeners out there of the 217 Recovery Podcast, they probably remember when we had neighbors that had roaches.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a whole big thing.
Bye. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
So we told them.
We had to pack up like everything, even though it wasn't our apartment.
You did.
I did.
You did it all. I just sat there.
It was not fun. I wiped down every cupboard, pull out everything, and clean behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
But since I had lived in Arkansas, I was familiar with roaches. These were just little ones, let's just say are worse. Those we had in Arkansas, like seriously, were like that big. If you can see me.
Wow.
How many inches is that, honey? 7?
No.
10?
3.
Oh, yeah. So they're huge, and they call them water bugs. Those aren't roaches, them's water bugs. That's a roach, and it's huge, and it flies. Yeah, but that's not a roach. It's a water bug. Yeah, it's a roach. No, it's a water. Okay, well, my roach spray kills them. So you tell me what's up. They clearly wouldn't make water bug spray that would kill roaches. That'd be stupid.
It's like, it doesn't matter what their name is. I want them gone.
Yeah. But it was nuts, though. And I bought it's called Bengal tiger spray. If you ever have a problem with the roaches or water bugs or anything similar, that thing kills everything. And it's supposed to be, keyword there, supposed to be safe for pets.
Okay.
And it's something that you spray down, and it lasts for like, depending on which one you buy, the gold or the regular, but it'll last like 6 to 9 months. And if they walk through it, it gets on their skin, and then they die. And the cool thing about when they die, they don't just die in the corner. For some reason, they like to come out. So you'll see them when they die. They'll just be on your floor, like, I'm dead. For real, like they need light to like die. If they could talk,
that's what they would look. That's what they'd be saying.
I think the spray, like seriously, like gets into them, and then the only relief they get is for like light. It's like you're gonna be in pain, bug, until you die. And you have to get into the light to die. And they're like, just make it stop. And then they like crawl out there, and then they hit the light, and they're like, and then just roll over. How do they always roll over when they die?
I don't know, but I love your little reenactment. This is when we need to have video on. Like
has a bug ever just like when crawling along, and that was it? Just or does he go, does he just hop over? Like with the one, is it a twitching thing?
I don't know. It's a mystery.
Where are these scientists when we need them?
I know we do. We need them.
Because that would probably solve a lot of problems on Earth today if we could figure that out. Every action has a reaction. I learned that. What's up, Mr. Clark? Hope you're still around. That's my science teacher.
You remember that?
Yeah, he let me pass.
Oh, that's right. That's why you remember him.
Yep, he didn't want another semester of Winfield in his class. He said, nope. See, he was a smart one. You know, he was a very bright guy, and I could tell by that. Mm-hmm. You know, the fact that he wasn't going to F around and fail me and then have me again. Like my other math teacher, Miss Mao. What the fuck?
That's a B.
My God. Right now I'm so thankful for glass. That thing was huge. That thing was probably about 4 inches.
No, it was not.
This huge bird
it was not.
Just came and just was flying around the window in my office here.
It was a bumblebee.
All I see was shadow. I was like, what? Yeah, Miss Mao. Anyway, I don't need to bring her into this, but I take her to geometry class like twice.
I appreciate all of the patience of all of your professors and teachers and your younger years and adult years too.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. What? You're just smiling.
No,
you don't want to tell me because you're like, I don't think he'll get it.
No, you won't get it. It's okay.
But today we're up at the office. We did the meeting for Mitch, and you're right. You know, we don't need. And this is the thing. I almost said it, but I didn't earlier to them. It's like we're not looking for quantity. We're looking for quality. Mm-hmm. And these are meetings. These people that are having meetings at the 217 Recovery Center. It's their meeting, man.
Yeah.
They can have whatever kind of meeting they want. They could have a coloring book meeting. If that keeps them sober, man, do it.
Yeah.
That's what we're about, you know. And who knows what's going to keep somebody sober. And that's what we want to like instill in the people. You know, there's AA meetings, there's NA meetings they can go to. There's plenty of those. And the guys that are, and ladies that are starting their own meetings here, you know, that's what it's about. And we're not putting it up on billboards. We're not putting it up on all kinds of like crazy, like different meeting sites. You know, it's the people that know about us and hear about us that know about it. Mm-hmm. You know, and if they're attracted to it and they want to have fun in recovery and want to check out a different way, maybe they'll like it. Maybe if they don't, then they don't ever have to come back, you know, but it's more about quantity over quality. You know, mm-hmm. We're not trying to pack them in here. It doesn't cost anything. We don't charge anybody anything. You know, we got a grant and that's how we can do that, you know, and so we're not trying to like get money from people to, oh, we need $1 from everybody to pay our light bill. Nope. No. Come here penniless. You leave with a donut.
I know. Coffee and donut.
And a fly. If you want to take them home.
If you can catch them.
If you don't want to walk home, just fly home. I needed my drum beat there. But if you're in the Traverse City area, want to start a meeting, or if you're not in the Traverse City area but still want to check it out, it's very easy to, because they're all on Zoom. And if you have the 217 Recovery app, it's simple. You just go to the meetings tab on the bottom and there's all your meetings. It tells you the name of it, tells you what time. Mm-hmm. Click that and you're in.
Yep.
Pretty simple. So we're up here though now, obviously doing a podcast, but I'm doing like a little promo thing for our grand opening, which is coming up on Thursday, June 8th.
On Thursday, 11 to 2. Yep. At our office at 945 East 8th Street.
Yeah. I'm going to put some stuff on the website for it. And like I said, this little promo video, it's just real quick. The other video, we kind of showed a couple people today. You don't like it, or parts of it. It really wasn't meant to be like, hey, this is going to be for our grand opening video. I was just kind of messing around, but I think when it's whenever it's released, who knows? It'll be all right. Mm-hmm. You know, people aren't gonna be like, oh, their grand opening was last week. They just put the video up. Like, it's not about that. You don't have to see the video before the grand opening. It has nothing to do with the grand opening. It's a spoof.
It is a spoof. It's funny.
And that's kind of where that is. But we're also doing, and it was so funny. I told the guys, because like Justin, Mitch, Adam, they host their own meetings. Adam's meeting is tomorrow. His meetings are Sundays at 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. up here. And I told them I wanted them to do like a little video kind of explaining what their meeting's about, you know, because with some of these different pathways of recovery, their name really doesn't say much. Like, okay, well, what is Up and Adam?
Yeah.
You know, living in recovery is a little bit easy, I guess. The spirit of recovery, a little bit easy, but still people get confused on what it is. So I had to make videos and it was so funny. I think Justin went second, but Mitch went, and I had to leave the room in order for him to kind of...
I know, I was listening to him.
To get it down. And then Justin went, and his, I think at first was like 8 seconds. Hi, I'm Justin. Come to my meeting. It was about living in recovery and stuff. No, he says something better than that, but I was like, dang, okay, let's do this and that. But it's so funny because they all get so worked up, you know, because they're nervous. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. And Adam, he was just about to quit. I think his job and everything, he was just done. He was like, I can't do it. I can do it until you turn the camera on. Then I can't do it.
It's true, though. There's something about when it's like, okay, ready to go, action. And then you just like can't find the words and everything that you knew what to say is gone. So you're scrambling and then you're just like, well, that's not going to work. So take 5,000.
Which is fine. And it was like that for me too. Like behind the camera, I'm like, hey, just say this. Hey, I'm Adam. I work for 217 Recovery. I have a meeting.
Yeah.
And then I get in front of the camera and I'm like, hi, this is Corey. I do stuff I don't remember. You know, it was funny because they were all giving each other shit the other day.
Yeah.
And then every time they would do it, they'd be like, damn, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought I had my lines down.
Yep. Yeah.
So it was funny and it was fun. But when making that video was fun, and then making their videos was fun too. And I'm going to put them on their pages. I took some shots of them, some pictures. And so I'm kind of revamping. I revamped pretty much the website. I took some stuff off there that didn't make sense. Fixed some stuff that was on the phone website version of our website.
Yeah.
What did I just say?
It's okay.
No,
the app.
Well, no, the app's different. The app that we have is different than the website. Oh,
you mean when you look it up on your phone?
Yeah, because we have like the mobile version of the website, because the app is the app. If you want to go to the website, you can still go to the website through the app, but it'll be a phone version of the app. So there's two different ones. So if you move something on one, you got to double check it on the other to make sure it moved right, because a lot of times it doesn't and it looks a little funky. So Justin's page, I think I threw Mitch's new picture up. I can't remember, but I'm working on Adam. So I got to get that done and get their videos up on their pages to kind of explain their meetings, just so that it can be more interactive. And they also have started writing blogs, and I like all of their blogs so far. Justin wrote one, Adam did one, and Mitch, his goal was to do one every day this week.
Oh, wow.
So let's see if
it's ambitious.
Yeah, I think he started on Thursday. But still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I just remembered the family to family meeting is Monday tomorrow. I mean, Monday, not tomorrow. Today's Saturday.
Yeah, today's Saturday.
I always miss days of my life. I don't even know why I always make it later than it is. But yeah, I think that's really exciting. I know that my mom's planning on coming to this one.
Oh, is she? Mm-hmm. Super.
Yeah. She's like, I got lots to say.
Oh dear.
No.
Are you scared and nervous?
No, not really. Because I've totally come to terms with the chaos that was my life.
Yeah.
I mean, she was present for it. There's no, good, bad, the ugly. She was aware of it all. I mean, anywhere from all my hospitalizations to the abusive relationship that I was in that it resulted in hospitalizations. I mean, the whole thing. So it's, my homelessness when I was couch surfing. I mean, she knew all that. So, and she stuck it out through it all. But there was a time when she really needed that she was in that gray area of what is enabling and what is helping. When is it where you're there for your child, and when is it when you're holding them up and feeding their addiction? And that can be difficult, especially if all they're doing is giving you a place to live and you can't follow the rules. That was her. That's what was the straw that broke the camel's back with her. She was just like, I can't do it anymore, because and the thing is because I had so many efforts that were successful for short periods of time, that she knew I had it in me. And so for those reasons, she would be like, okay, we'll give this give you a try again for you to live at home and stay clean. But you really got to do it. And I'd be like, I'm really gonna. And I really did for however long until I didn't. And then finally she was just like, nope, I'm not taking you in anymore. Until you really make it a effort at your own recovery for you. And that's what I did. So yeah, she's got a lot of input.
But those times though that you were like, nope, this is going to be different this time, and I'm going to change, and I'm not drinking no more. I mean, when you said that, you were serious, right?
Most times, yeah.
You weren't like, yeah, I'll just tell her what she needs to hear.
No. I mean, yeah, because I wouldn't have been able to and there was times where I was like, nope, not even going to pretend like I can do this or that I even want to. And that's when I would disappear to, roommates that I knew I could have that would let me drink, or friends that I could stay with that, didn't care. But it was one of those things where I needed to be in a solid environment for me to be able to be clean. But I needed, first and foremost, to have it be a real desire on my part.
It changes everything.
It does.
So if you know a family member, and that's the thing about the family meeting, it's ATS's meeting, and they have them twice a month. And we were like, hey, you can have them the other 2 times at our place. So the first and third Mondays of the month, they're here.
Yeah.
And the second and fourth, they're there. But when it came to like doing the Zoom meeting and stuff, they're like, oh no, we don't want people there. We don't want you guys promoting it and stuff. So I kind of felt weird about that. Like, I'm just like, what am I supposed to do then? Do I tell people about it? Because I was like, want my mom and stuff to show up, and oh yeah, that's fine, but we don't really want too many other people. So I mean, I kind of get what they're saying, because I think it takes a lot for people to come out, kind of like it does when people are in active addiction. It takes them a minute to like kind of come to an AA meeting, kind of look around, and they'll see some familiar faces and think, oh, damn it, they're going to know that I'm here. You know, there's that embarrassment factor, but yeah, maybe, you know, the insecurity of people not wanting other people to know their business. So it's like, once you get into a group, okay, cool, we know everybody. There's 20 of us in here. We don't really need any more, you know, which, I mean, my opinion is like, well, I mean, but what's the other people that need help too? You know, maybe you can help them, but I don't know.
Well,
we're just a place for them to have it, you know?
The way I've looked at it, and obviously I wouldn't know because I'm not in their shoes in terms of the parental role, but there's this element of like, what could I have done differently? I mean, that's the question that all parents ask, is like, is there something I could have done, or is there something I can do that would change this, you know, my son or daughter's, you know, efforts or willingness or whatever. And there's really no answer to that, you know. It's love them anyway, you know.
Yeah.
Not to give up on them. But no, it's a safe place for family members to be able to talk about that kind of stuff, you know, and cry about it and get angry about it and vent about it and whatever, if the situation that there is that their child's still in active addiction, you know. And I'd be interested to know what my mom's, I guess, quote unquote, advice would be to those people. You know, they'll probably stump her too.
But just to know that there's support there and other people going through the same things, you know,
yeah, that's it. Totally it.
It's healthy.
That you're not alone.
No, and there's a lot of people out there, and a lot of parents and family members that just try to act like, I don't see nothing.
Yeah.
But they know it's a problem. They just don't want to admit it because they think it makes them look bad as parents. But at a certain age, they become adults. You know, they're going to make up their mind. They're going to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
And from there on out, you know, it's not how you raise them. I mean, it could be, but it could be either way. You know, if you grow up into a family that has substance use disorder issues, you can look at it and say, well, yeah, you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And then you can look at it like, okay, well, then there's other people like my father and my uncle. This is a perfect example, because I have one uncle who went down I'll drink just like dad. And my dad and my other uncle were like, hell to the no, we don't want anything to do with that. And my aunt was like that too, because they saw the beatings that my grandma Winfield took, and and like they were just like, no, don't want to do it, you know, can't do it. I don't want to be like that. And so you can look at it like, okay, so they see it, they know how bad it is, they're not going to do it. And then I hear, oh, there's, you know, the alcohol gene or whatever, got that in the family, so be careful. And I'm like looking at him going, well, you don't have a problem. So clearly it's done, out of the family. I can drink. They don't know. I'll quit whenever I want, you know? And then I fall on my face because I didn't grow up in that kind of household. So it's like, you get those two different things. So it doesn't really matter what kind of parenting was done then and what kind of growing up was done. Well, I mean, maybe it does. You know, if you're letting your kid smoke weed when he's 12 and drink and stuff like that, it's probably not a good idea.
Right.
Kind of probably setting them up for some bad stuff, but
it's normalizing it. Yeah.
I'm telling you how to raise your kids, just saying. But if you can be honest with them and let them know that, hey, the Bud Light commercials, or I guess people are mad at Bud Light. I still don't know why, but whatever. Budweiser, I guess the same company. So Miller, whatever. Them little commercials aren't as cute as you think they are. You know, like I still want to make a commercial, and I will. Maybe we'll do that in the next couple of weeks, of just what alcohol really does and what we really look like. And then ask the TV station to run that as a PSA. Like, just run that.
Yeah.
Like, alcohol looks fun, huh?
Yeah. Right. Everybody's mugshots.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. And because that's the thing. Like this, we all think, well, it's not going to happen to me. But just to be honest and like, hey, this is what alcohol does to the body, and this is what it does to the brain. Not going to happen to me. No. This happens, and maybe that's how we started. This happens to people who drink.
You know what? Mugshots would be looking better than some of the pictures that some of us have of when we were in our active addiction.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of unhealthy and a mess, and yeah, not fun. Not fun, and not what those commercials when they're all like in tiki huts and dancing, and
Yeah,
it's all a lie.
it is. Yep. Even when we're having fun, it wasn't like that either. And when you started drinking alone and stuff like that, that's when it becomes like really digging in. Mm-hmm. It really digs into you then, and becomes like a part of you. And you were talking earlier in the meeting, it's like you wake up and boom, that's the first thing on your mind. And to be free from that. I mean, we are so lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, lucky, we kind of go, well, but no, we went through some shit, but where we're at now though, we can look back and go, oh man, I made it through a lot of shit. Jeremy was saying that, the stuff that he can look back and go, wow, I did this and I did that and I'm still here. And I don't have to ever go through that again. It's up to us if we want to. We have a choice today. So that's a lot more than we used to have. We had no choice for a while. And Jesus, to be on this side of it again is just a blessing. And God is so great. And thank him all the time, and I was listening to Steve Harvey the other day, and he was saying that, he says it quite a bit, that God won't give you more than you can handle. Mm-hmm. So why do you think he giving you more than you can handle? He ain't. So just know that. Or however he says it. So it's very similar to that, I think. Mm-hmm. But he's right, and look at the stuff that I have today, and, the problems of me being busy. No, those aren't problems. I'd rather be busy like this than what it used to be like. So it's about self-reflection, I think.
Yeah.
And where you're at. And I was talking to the guys, they were in here wanting to leave early because that's what they do. Like, we go home now. It's 12 o'clock. And I'm like, what? And so I was like, well, I got to go do this other thing. And I was like, man, I really don't want to go do this thing tonight. And I said, of course it's going to suck because the attitude I'm having right now. Mm-hmm. I tell other people the same thing all the time. It's like, if you have a crappy attitude, it's going to be a crappy time. So I need to change it, which I didn't. I tried, but I didn't. I couldn't. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought it up, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's truth to that.
Yeah, and now it's the ball's in my court. It's like, okay, well, if you don't like this thing, why do you continue to keep doing it?
Yeah,
That's the question I have to ask myself. It's like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah.
So anyway, grand opening. You'll see a little video. We'll release the video the spoof video, whatever, soon, and you'll know about it if you listen to the podcast. We'll send a link to on our app. So if you have our app, you'll get a notification. If you don't get notifications from us, you can go into your little settings and allow them. But yeah, thanks for listening for the first podcast from Marney at the North Studio.
Yes, thank you for having me.
No problem. We don't have cats beating down a door or nothing.
Ah, I love that part.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
Everyone enjoy your weekend.
Bye.